Hello. In this video, we're going to talk about how you map characters to their ASCII representation and how you take the representation in ASCII and convert it back to the character form. And this is actually really useful because what it means you can do is by converting, if you know that a character has a specific numeric value, you can take that character, convert it to the number, perform some fun math to it, and then convert it back. And you can actually build a bit of I don't know, like a code, right? You can encode things using this, and it's a fun way as a beginning programmer to explore it. So we're going to look at some functions that allow us to do this. But we're going to start with this line right here that is a variable result, and what it is evaluating a Boolean expression. And the question I ask you is capital A less than small a? Now, knowing nothing about this, you might guess either way, and you could come up with rationale. But it turns out if I run this, there it is, I get true. So the question is, why do I get true? Well, the reason that I get true is because, like I said, every character gets mapped to a decimal value. And this is an agreed upon mapping that happens for all programming languages. So capital A, the character, in every programming language, if I map that to a decimal value, it always maps to 65. And if I map it to a hex, it's 41. If I map it to an oct, it's 101. But let's just talk about the decimal for now. So that's what happens. And small a maps to 97. So another way of thinking about this is what this is saying is it's saying is 65 less than 97. That's what the comparison is actually doing here. And so that is why here we get true, because 65 is in fact less than 97. Now we can use a little, let's just we're going to make a variable called val, and I'm going to use what's called this ORD function. And what this ORD function returns is it returns the actual decimal value based on these ASCII table. So if I take the ORD of A and I put it in value, then print val, I get 65. So A is 65, and let's put in capital Z. Oops. Capital Z is 90. And again, we can come over to this table. Oh, pardon me, not that table. This table here, we can see it. So there's our A, 65, and here's our Z, which maps to 90. So those are the values from A to Z. And we do the small a. Small a is 97, like we already said. And then let's put the small z. And I get 122. So these are the decimal values that capital A maps to capital Z. So B would be 66, C would be 67, and so on. And small a is 97, small b is 98. And you can go in both directions. So we use the ORD function to take a character and map it into an integer. And then what I do is if I want to take something like, I use the char function. And if I take char of 63, let's say, for example, oh no, not 63, let's say 67. And we're going to print val c. Well, what this will do is it will take the integer value of 67, and then this function char converts it to a character form. And we run this, we get C, because C is 67. And that is kind of how we can use this ASCII representation to convert characters and play with them. And we can have lots of fun with this. I'm not going to do a video now, but in another video, I'm going to go over and show you an example of how you can use this to take a word and then convert all the letters into their numerical values and then apply some math formula in order to get like an encoded version of that word. This also comes up in some of the Waterloo computer science contests. It's a simple idea, but you can apply it and use it in some really complicated situations. And with that, I hope this video helped. Have a wonderful day.